Alright, so today we are going to be using the Keynesian cross diagram to show basically GDP aggregate demand. So the question reads, I'll put it in the description as well. Use the Keynesian cross diagram and the specific equations here to show the effect of a 150 increase in government spending on the equilibrium GDP. Label your graph completely, axes each line, slopes, and intercepts. So it also provides us with some information as well, so I'm going to write that down here. So that's our consumption right there. Our I, which is constant. So it has a line over it. That's all it means is a constant. It's 200. Our government spending is 150. And our taxes is 150. So what we need to do first is find aggregate demand, which is Z equals C plus I plus G. And then we really just plug in from here on out. You use Z, and then you just plug in for C right there. And then for T right here, it'd be 150 because of the taxes. Plus investment, 200. Plus government spending, which is 150. I'm not going to, even though the question's asking show the effect of 150 increase in government spending, we're going to originally first find the original aggregate demand and GDP first, because we're going to have to show both on the graph and how it increases it. So from here, it's just really basic math, really simple algebra. I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit, and we're just going to distribute those, which is 0.6 y, and then you would basically take all the numbers that didn't have a variable in them and then just put them on one side, so 140, and then 0.6 times 150 is 90, I believe, or negative 90, and then plus 200 plus 150. And then if you add up all these together, so 140 minus 90 plus 200 plus 150, that is equal to 400. 0.6y, and that is your aggregate demand right there. Z equals 0.6y plus 400. Now to find GDP, all we have to do is the equilibrium condition, which is just y equals z. So pretty easy from here. Your Z is going to be this, plus 400. And you subtract 0.6y from both sides, right? So you get y minus 0.6y equals 400. Okay. This y, because it's a variable, and this would equal 1 because it's y1. So you subtract 1 from 0.6, and that gives you 0.4y equals 400. Divide 400 by 0.4, and your GDP equals 1,000. So that is your original GDP. So that's pretty simple stuff. Let's graph that now. So your Keynesian cross diagram is going to look like this. You're going to have Z on the y-axis and Y GDP on the x-axis. You're always going to have a 40-degree line here, 45-degree line here, sorry, which is your equilibrium condition, which is the slope of 1, because y equals z equals 1, 1 equals 1. So then, I'm really bad at drawing, but let's graph our aggregate demand, which is 400. So 400 right here. And your original GDP, which is 1,000. The line should be a little bit more curved up. I just suck at driving or drawing. It's also very late. And I'm sick and I have a midterm tomorrow, so fuck. Z1, Y1. You know what I mean. That's your point right there. All right, so that's pretty simple, right? We really just gotta know what to label the graph and some basic algebra skills, and you're good. So how are we gonna find out what the increase of 150 is? So intuitively, you'd think we would just add 1,000 or 150 to this 1,000, right? That's not the case due to economical reasons. However, the GDP, if you do it out on here, it will increase by 150. So we could do this all out again and like find the equilibrium condition and do that all again, but there's actually an easier way to do it, and that is the government spending multiplier. And all this is 1 over 1 minus MPC, which is your marginal propensity to consume, which is your 0.6 up here in your original consumption. So let's do that out. 1 minus 1.6, and that's equal to 1 over 0.4, which if you do that out, 2.5. So basically, you would take 150, because that's what it's increasing by, and you would times that by 2.5, and you would get 375. So that is what your GDP is going to increase by, so 1,375. So we can do Y2 here. 1,375, and your GDP will be 550, or your aggregate demand will be 550. That is not even close to how this graph is supposed to look. It's supposed to meet where that is, but you get the picture. You can draw a better graph than me. It's not supposed to be curved like that. But just literally draw better than me, and that is how you do that problem out. You're welcome. I know it's a piece of art. Good luck on your test.